Hello, my fellow adventurers. It's Elara. Welcome back to our cozy sanctuary, where the enthralling world of samurai tales comes alive. So, find your most comfortable spot. Let the soothing sounds of ancient legends and heroic adventures surround you, and allow yourself to be carried away into the captivating realms of this timeless journey. Let me know in the comments where you're from and what time it currently is. The Tale of the Ronin and the Dragon. In the era of the Tokugawa shogunate, when samurai roamed the land and honor was the highest currency, there lived a Ronin named Kenta. Once a loyal samurai to a powerful lord, Kenta had fallen into disgrace when his master was betrayed and murdered by a rival clan. With no lord to serve, Kenta wandered the countryside, his spirit heavy with the weight of failure and dishonor. One autumn evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Kenta found himself in a small village, nestled at the base of Mount Fuji. The villagers were kind and offered him food and shelter in exchange for protection from bandits that had been plaguing their peaceful lives. Grateful for their hospitality and seeking redemption, Kenta agreed. Weeks turned into months, and Kenta became a guardian to the villagers, his heart slowly healing with the sense of purpose they provided. However, an even greater challenge awaited him. Stories began to circulate of a dragon that had been seen near the mountain, its presence casting a shadow of fear over the village. The dragon was said to have been awakened by the greed and corruption of men, and its wrath was a harbinger of doom. One night, an elder of the village approached Kenta with a grave expression. "Kenta-san, the dragon's lair lies deep within the caverns of Mount Fuji. If it is not stopped, our village will be destroyed. You are our only hope." Kenta, though apprehensive, knew this was his chance to regain his honor and bring peace to the village. He agreed to face the dragon. Armed only with his katana, a gift from his fallen lord, and the courage that burned within him. The journey up Mount Fuji was arduous, the path treacherous, and shrouded in mist. As he ascended, Kenta meditated on his past failures, seeking inner peace and clarity for the battle ahead. Upon reaching the entrance of the cavern, he steeled himself and stepped into the darkness. The air inside the cave was thick with the scent of sulfur and the faint echo of dripping water. Kenta's footsteps were silent as he moved deeper into the heart of the mountain. Suddenly, he heard a deep, resonant growl that shook the very ground beneath him. The dragon emerged from the shadows, its scales glistening in the dim light, eyes burning like molten gold. "Who dares to enter my domain?" The dragon's voice rumbled, echoing through the cavern. "I am Kenta, a Ronin seeking redemption." Kenta replied, his voice steady. I have come to end your reign of terror and protect the innocent." The dragon's laughter was a thunderous roar. "You are but a mortal. What hope do you have against my power?" Kenta drew his katana, the blade reflecting the dragon's fiery eyes. "I have nothing left to lose, and that makes me stronger than you can imagine." The battle that ensued was a clash of titanic forces. The dragon breathed fire, its claws and teeth relentless. But Kenta's agility and precision kept him just out of reach. He danced around the beast, striking with calculated blows. The fight seemed endless, each passing moment testing Kenta's resolve and strength. In a final, desperate move, Kenta leaped onto the dragon's back, driving his katana into the beast's heart with all his might. The dragon let out a deafening roar, its body convulsing before collapsing to the ground, lifeless. Kenta, exhausted and wounded, fell beside it, his breath ragged. As the first light of dawn filtered into the cavern, Kenta emerged, his silhouette framed by the rising sun. The villagers, who had been anxiously awaiting his return, erupted in cheers and tears of joy. Kenta had not only saved them, but had also found his redemption. The village honored him as their hero, and Kenta at last felt a sense of peace and purpose. His story spread far and wide, becoming a legend that inspired others to believe in the power of courage, honor, and redemption. Kenta spent the rest of his days in the village, not as a wandering Ronin, but as a beloved protector and sage. His tale, the tale of the Ronin and the dragon, was passed down through generations, a testament to the enduring spirit of the samurai and the triumph of good over evil. The tale of the loyal samurai, the legend of Kanzan and Jirō. In the era of the Heian period, Japan was a land ruled by powerful clans and their loyal samurai. Among these were two young warriors named Kanzan and Jirō, known for their unwavering loyalty and unparalleled skills in the art of the sword. Their tale is one of friendship, loyalty, and the samurai spirit. Kanzan and Jirō were both orphans, taken in by the benevolent Lord Nakamura, who saw potential in their eyes. Raised in the Nakamura household, they were trained in the ways of the samurai from a young age. Under the guidance of the seasoned samurai, Master Sato, they honed their skills and grew inseparable, bound by a brotherly bond stronger than blood. One spring evening, under the blooming cherry blossoms, Kanzan and Jirō made a solemn oath. They vowed to protect their lord and each other, no matter the cost. "We live and die by the code of the samurai," Kanzan said, his hand gripping Jiro's shoulder. "Together we are invincible," Jirō responded, their swords gleaming in the moonlight. years passed, and their loyalty to Lord Nakamura never wavered. However, peace was shattered when a rival clan led by the ruthless Lord Kuroda sought to overthrow Nakamura. Tension hung in the air, and war was inevitable. One fateful night, a secret message reached Nakamura's castle. It was a warning of an imminent attack by Kuroda's forces. Without hesitation, Kanzan and Jirō volunteered to lead a reconnaissance mission to gather more intelligence. Under the cover of darkness, the two samurai ventured into enemy territory. Their movements were swift and silent, like shadows in the night. They navigated through dense forests and crossed treacherous rivers, finally reaching Kuroda's camp. Hiding in the underbrush, they overheard the enemy's plans. A surprise attack at dawn. Realizing the gravity of the situation, they knew they had to return immediately. However, their escape was compromised when a guard spotted them. With Jirō leaning heavily on him, Kanzan managed to escape the enemy's clutches. They made their way back to Nakamura's castle, where Jirō was taken to the healer. "You must go on without me," Jirō said weakly, his face pale. "Never," Kanzan replied, gripping his friend's hand. "We made a vow, remember? Together we are invincible." With the intelligence they gathered, Lord Nakamura's forces were prepared. As dawn broke, Kuroda's army approached, unaware that their element of surprise was lost. Kanzan, leading the charge, fought with the fury of 1,000 warriors, his sword an extension of his will. Beside him, Jirō, despite his injuries, fought with equal ferocity. The battle was long and brutal. The clash of steel echoed across the battlefield, and the ground was stained with the blood of both clans. But the spirit and strategy of Nakamura's samurai prevailed. Lord Kuroda was defeated, and peace was restored to the land. Kanzan and Jirō emerged as heroes, their names etched into the annals of history. Despite their injuries and the horrors of war, their bond remained unbroken. Lord Nakamura, grateful for their loyalty and bravery, honored them with the highest titles and lands. Kanzan and Jiro's tale is remembered not just for their valor, but for their unyielding loyalty to their lord and each other. They epitomize the true spirit of the samurai: honor, courage, and brotherhood. Their legend is a testament to the idea that even in the darkest of times, the light of loyalty and friendship can guide one through. And so, as the cherry blossoms fall and the winds whisper through the ancient trees, the story of Kanzan and Jirō lives on, inspiring future generations to uphold the code of the samurai. The Tale of the Haunted Samurai, The Legend of Masaki, and the Spirit Blades. In the Sengoku period of Japan, a time marked by constant warfare and the rise of powerful warlords, there lived a samurai named Masaki. Known for his exceptional skills and unwavering honor, Masaki served under Lord Asano, a just and respected daimyo. However, Masaki's destiny took a dark turn when he encountered a cursed blade that would test his courage and resolve. One evening, after a fierce battle against a rival clan, Masaki was patrolling the outskirts of the battlefield. The air was still and heavy with the lingering scent of blood. As he walked, his keen eyes caught a glimmer in the underbrush. Drawing closer, he discovered an ancient katana, its blade shimmering ominously under the moonlight. Intrigued, Masaki picked up the sword. It was exquisitely crafted, with intricate patterns etched into the steel. The hilt was adorned with mysterious symbols that seemed to pulse with a life of their own. Despite the unease that settled over him, Masaki decided to take the sword back to his lord's castle. Upon returning, he presented the blade to Lord Asano, who examined it with great interest. "This is no ordinary sword," the Lord said, his voice tinged with awe. "It is said that such blades are forged by spirits and imbued with their power. But be wary, Masaki, for these weapons often come with a curse." Masaki nodded, understanding the potential danger, but feeling a strange connection to the sword. That night, he placed the katana beside his bed and fell into a restless sleep. His dreams were filled with haunting visions of battles long past, where a fierce samurai wielded the very blade he had found. The samurai's face was obscured, but his eyes burned with an intensity that chilled Masaki to the bone. Over the following days, Masaki began to notice strange occurrences. Shadows seemed to move of their own accord. Whispers filled the halls at night, and the once tranquil atmosphere of the castle grew tense. One night, unable to bear the growing unease, Masaki took the katana and ventured into the forest surrounding the castle. He hoped to find answers and perhaps confront the spirit that plagued them. As he walked deeper into the woods, the air grew colder, and the forest seemed to come alive with malevolent energy. Suddenly, a figure materialized before him. A spectral samurai, his eyes glowing with the same fierce intensity from Masaki's dreams. The spirit spoke, its voice echoing through the trees. "I am the spirit of this blade. My name is Tetsuya, and I was once a samurai like you. This sword was my greatest weapon, but it became my curse. I was betrayed by my lord and left to die, my spirit bound to this katana in eternal torment." Masaki gripped the sword tightly, his resolve hardening. "What must I do to free you from this curse?" he asked, his voice steady. Tetsuya's eyes softened slightly. You must prove your honor and strength. Defeat me in combat, and my spirit will be released. Without hesitation, Masaki readied himself, the cursed blade glowing faintly in his hands. The spirit of Tetsuya charged, and their swords clashed in a flurry of sparks and steel. The battle was fierce, each strike resonating with the weight of centuries of anger and pain. Masaki fought with all his might, his skills and determination driving him forward. As the duel raged on, Masaki's mind cleared and he felt a deep connection to Tetsuya. In a final powerful strike, he managed to disarm the spirit, the cursed blade piercing the ground between them. Tetsuya's form flickered, and his eyes met Masaki's with a look of profound gratitude. "You have freed me, brave samurai," Tetsuya said, his voice fading. "May you carry my honor and learn from my mistakes." With those final words, the spirit dissolved into the night, and the forest grew still once more. Masaki, exhausted but triumphant, returned to the castle with the katana. He presented it to Lord Asano, who had been anxiously awaiting his return. "The spirit has been laid to rest," Masaki said, bowing deeply. "This blade now carries a new legacy, one of honor and redemption." From that day forward, Masaki wielded the spirit blade with great respect, knowing the story behind its creation. The castle was free of its haunting, and the tale of the haunted samurai became a legend passed down through generations, a reminder of the power of honor, courage, and the unbreakable spirit of a true samurai. As the tale of the legend of Masaki and the spirit blade comes to a close, let the bravery and wisdom of Masaki guide you into a peaceful slumber. Remember, my fellow adventurers, that even in the most tumultuous storms, the light of courage and perseverance shines through. Thank you for joining me tonight. Until next time, may your dreams be filled with magical realms and extraordinary adventures. Good night.